Melanoma. Let's say you have a mole on any part of your body. You were born with it, and it has always been the closest pal to your skin. There's no issue with that, right? Now you decided to hang with some of your friends at the beach. On your return, you begin to notice some strange behavior from your mole friend, some changes in color at the borders, multiple tones of colors on the body, and an increase in size too. You can clearly see that your little friend is beginning to occupy more space on your body. That could be a sign of the deadly melanoma, the most lethal type of skin cancer in existence. What's the cause exactly? Too much exposure to the sun. This affects your melanocytes, the cells responsible for producing melanin, the pigment that gives your skin its color. Melanoma spreads faster than gossip, and just as it gives you unpleasant skin on the outside, it also sneaks into your lungs, bone, and brain to wreak massive havoc that could kill you. Kaposi sarcoma. Imagine hosting a strictly by invitation party and gathering your friends so that everyone is having a good time. Suddenly, a stranger with a giant horrific look enters and begins to beat everybody to a pulp, disrupting the peaceful party. Now take your body cells as your friends and Kaposi sarcoma as the uninvited guest, because that's what it does. Invade your peaceful system and cause trouble. If you ever notice some purplish, bluish, or reddish-brown funny decorations on your skin or gum, just know you're already a victim. Apart from those external signs, there are chances that your internal organs are affected too, which means you can start to find it difficult to breathe or begin to bleed internally. It is an incurable skin cancer that enters your body through saliva. So if you kiss a carrier, it may be a kiss of death. However, it can also be transmitted through organ transplants and blood transfusions. If you have a weak immune system like those with HIV or AIDS, the story is even going to be worse. Necrotizing Faciitis. Have you seen a horror movie where some ugly, horrible cannibals hunt around for innocent prey to eat up their flesh? Now imagine you, a nice-looking guy with skin like milk, glowing and dazzling, taking a stroll through the woods and being attacked by the ugly, flesh-eating monster. It is caused by group A streptococcus and some other bacteria, which infiltrate your body whenever you are injured and there's an open wound. It starts with pinching pain and redness around the infected area, and soon begins to burn up your skin like an inferno. Your skin swells and turns dark like it's been smoked. And if that's not enough havoc, the connective tissues around your muscles, nerves, fat, and blood vessels also begin to feel the heat and die eventually. The more number of dead tissues, the closer you are to death. Erythroderma. You know how your cheeks become red when people say things to you, and a bright red or pink color suddenly pops on your cheeks? The English word is blushing, and it's a good feeling. Now imagine that redness covering your skin from head to toe. But this time, not so pleasant, and not from a compliment, but from painful rashes that are spreading like yummy jam on bread. Erythroderma leverages already existing skin issues like eczema, leukemia, or lymphoma. So if you're suffering from any of this, erythroderma can turn bad to worse. Apart from its paining job, it usually announces itself with intense itching and peeling of the skin. You may also begin to feel some burning sensations on your skin. With all of these, your body begins to get dehydrated, and in the worst case scenario, it can lead to heart failure. Dermatomyositis. This guy does not just do injustice to your skin alone, it also makes your muscles co-victims. Take your body as a beautiful home that is well secured and manned by heavy security men. But for some unknown reason, a conspiracy comes up, and the security men who are supposed to be guiding you decide to launch an all-out attack on you. This explains this skin disease 100%. It is an autoimmune disease, which means that your immune system, which is supposed to protect you, begins to fight against you. It starts a small rash on your face, knuckles, chest, and back that looks like a sunburn, and then it attacks your muscles, weakening them and making you unable to do the normal things that you could do. So as your skin is burning and changing color, your muscles are also betraying you. Finally, the case may get worse, with your lung and heart joining the list of affected organs. Scleroderma. Have you ever squeezed water out of your clothes that have just been washed? Imagine your skin having that dry, tight, and crispy texture. That's exactly what scleroderma does to your skin. It's like the elements that give your skin that robust and smooth look get sapped out, and your skin becomes as dry as the sands in the desert. It's also an autoimmune disease whose causes are unknown, but we're sure of the havoc it wreaks. The most noticeable sign is the hardening and tightening of the skin, which pops up as dry patches, particularly on the fingers, hands, and face. After a while, the case may get worse, making your digestive system, lungs, kidneys, and heart also feel the heat. It puts you in a tiring situation, such that you feel your skin is becoming a hard, tough armor made of snake skin. Leprosy. This skin disease is a legend among its peers. It's an age-long condition that has the reputation of making people with proper shelter become vagabonds roaming in the woods overnight. Centuries ago, leprosy was feared so much that special colonies were built to isolate affected persons. Imagine being evicted from your lovely home to a government facility, just like an internally displaced person during the war. It is caused by the notorious bacterium called Mycobacterium leprae, which affects the skin, nerves, and mucous membranes. Suddenly, you start noticing lighter dark patches on your skin that make you numb when touched. With time, the numbness spreads to your hands and feet, making moving around a hellish activity. The good but not so good side is that you cannot feel pain in these areas, even though they will eventually be deformed. So, who loves deformed body parts that feel no pain? Actinic Keratosis. If you're a person who loves being tanned by the sun, regularly enjoying the warmth that comes from the big yellow guy who smiles brightly in the day sky, just know that as your day is being lit up, so is the big guy leaving a deposit of toxic ultraviolet rays which are invisible but lurks around while mounting up in your body. When the time comes, unexpected to you, they strike. And that comes with a lot of negatives. Your smooth skin suddenly becomes rough with a texture like that of sandpaper as pink or red-brown patches begin to invade your neck, ears, face, scalp, and arms. Doesn't even stop there because you also have to worry about the intermittent itching that comes from the ugly patches. Eventually, the worst dread could strike as it has been proven that 10% of these patches can progress to become cancerous, thereby threatening your very life. Erysipelas. This is a short little devil you should watch out for because it can creep into your body and turn your bubbling day into a gory nightmare. Imagine you having your normal day up and running, full of life and vigor. As you take a walk to the McDonald's around your neighborhood, suddenly you trip and fall, sustaining an open injury that should cause no worries. But unknown to you, this strange, troublesome bacteria had already entered the open cut without your permission. After some days, you wake up to swollen red patches on your face and legs, which are the result of Streptococcus pyogenes that crept into your wound when you fell the other day. This tragic story doesn't end here. This bacteria has already eaten deeper into your skin layers, leading to a life-threatening condition known as sepsis and causing various health complications in your system that can kill you if you do not seek proper medical attention. Angiosarcoma. You are a fine artist who knows your onions, and your painting is one of the best in town. You are always so busy and invested in your craft so much that whether or not the paint splashes on your body, no worries. One fateful day, as you're doing what you do best, you suddenly notice a purple patch on your skin. Even when you're sure that there's no purple paint around you, you shrug it off, thinking it's nothing but a small bruise, until you later discovered that this bruise will not heal up, even after many days. In fact, it even increases in size, swelling up and giving you agonizing pain. You decide to visit the hospital, only to discover that you were suffering from Angiosarcoma, a disease that affects your blood and lymph vessels due to previous radiation therapy or exposure to chemicals like vinyl chloride and arsenic. Ultimately, this disease is a type of cancer, and if internal, it can start eating you up, causing you to lose weight and eventually leading to death.